Hi. So today we're going to learn something new. The last couple of lessons we've learned how to fix what we've dropped way down in the bottom of our stitches so we don't have to rip everything out and start over. We've learned how to fix dropped stitches. We've also learned how to unknit. So today I'm going to teach you how to purl. Now, purling is just a little bit different. I generally don't start my first stitch the same way I do, but usually when I'm doing this, it's in a round, and so I'm not trying to get this nice edge. But there is a way. I'm not going to show you today because that's too much to teach you. But we are going to start purling. And when you purl, now this is all knit on both sides, but we're going to do knit and purl. So we're going to start with the purl on this side. When you start with purl, you want to make sure that your working yarn is in front of your cable, or if you can, in front of your needle. And we're going to go ahead and take our, I have an awfully long cable, which is okay. It's not a big deal. But I'm going to pull it so that it doesn't get in our way. Okay, so I'm making sure that my working yarn is in front of my needle. We want to go ahead and put our right hand needle through our left hand needle. Now, I do purl differently than other people on the internet, than most people. I do a clockwise motion, which means I go under and around from a clockwise direction, and that's the clockwise direction. So then I take it through and I pull it off just like I did knit. Same thing, I'm going to go from right to left under this leg of my knitting. I'm going to do clockwise, off, under, clockwise, off. So the thing you need to remember when you are purling is your yarn is always in front, and you can see it's coming out of the stitch there. And I'm going to go ahead and do it clockwise, clockwise, right to left, clockwise, right to left, clockwise. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish our row, because our next row we're going to have to learn something new. That's why you're learning two things new in this segment. So I don't want to teach too many new things, otherwise it's easy to get frustrated and want to quit. But I am purling this entire row. Now, I do think that the way I purl, some people hate to purl. I do think that the way I purl makes it a little bit easier to purl, and so maybe you won't have that love-hate relationship with the purl stitch. It's just a real tiny bit easier. Okay, so what I've done is I have done an entire purl. And what that does is it changes the look of our fabric. You can see this was all knit on each side. But since we did a purl row, this side is starting to get very smooth. Okay, so the way I purl by doing the clockwise, you have to be aware of the way your legs are on your stitch. And let me draw what I mean. So your stitches are like this. And then the next stitch will come out here like this. So your needle will go through and over. So it goes behind one stitch and comes over the next. It'll go behind and over. And it's the same the whole way down. It goes behind, and you see I'm just leaving that open and over. So these are called legs of our stitch. And there is a right leg and a left leg. And that's just how your yarn is thrown. When you are knitting and purling, like I do, you have to be aware until it's become such a habit to me, I don't even think anymore. But you have to become aware of how your stitch is laying. When you look at this, you can see that this piece of yarn goes through this yarn, through the under yarn. Let me get this. It goes, I'm going to open it up. This piece of yarn comes up to the back, over to the front, and then it goes over to the next stitch. And again, the next stitch, when we open it up, you can see that this leg is coming from this side, the right side of our work. It goes behind my needle and it comes on top of my needle and then goes across to the next stitch. So when you see your stitches laying like that, you will want to, and we are on a knit stitch. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your working yarn is in the back of your needle. And if we are working with this knit stitch, we need to knit in the back of that stitch, which means I take my needle between these two, and it's the yarn that's going in the back. Take it in between there, and this is counterclockwise and off. And again, look at your stitches. You can see that this is our first stitch. The stitch in the back is our first stitch. It's our right leg. So we want to knit through our right leg. So I'm going to wrap it counterclockwise off. And if you get used to this before you get used to the other purl and knit, it becomes very easy. Again, just look at your stitch and you can tell you, it'll tell you this is coming out of here, going up around and then under to the next stitch. So we want to knit out under the back. Let's do that the whole way across. We're going to knit through that back stitch. And let's go ahead and knit our entire row that way, knitting through that back stitch. And once we get to the end of this, see, I have too many stitches on here for all these little lessons. I have to keep knitting too far to be done. If you're just practicing, again, just cast on maybe 10-15 stitches. I have 30 stitches here, which means I have a lot of stitches to knit to the end until I can practice a new segment. But for practice reasons, just have some scrap yarn and play with just a short little piece until we're ready to make a project. And if you're using this for a scarf, you're just going to have a lot of different fabrics. So if you look at this, what you can see is where we knit and purl, knit on each side, we have all these bumps the whole way down through our fabric, and that's on both sides. But when we start to knit one side, turn it and purl the other, the knit side is always the side that has very smooth fabric. There are no bumps, they are just nice little loops. And when we turn it on the other side, I hope you can see the difference. These bumps are a little bit further spaced apart because we knit on both sides, but when you knit on one side and purl on the other, you can see how tight your bumps get on the other side. So when I turn to a piece of fabric and I'm saying, oh, what do I do, knit or purl on this side? It depends. If you have a nice smooth fabric on one side and bumps on the other, I'm starting on this side with my yarn at my right hand side. This is going to be a purl stitch. So I know that I'm going to purl this entire row. At least for today we are. And again, I'm going to have you look at your stitches. Let's take a look at that first stitch. When you open that first stitch up, you can see that your working yarn is here. It comes up and over, and then the back side goes that way. So you always want to knit according to how your stitches are laying, not according to how people have said you always knit through the back. No, I cannot knit through the back of this because look at that stitch. That is going up and over and over. So if I were to knit in that back stitch, it would be wrong. I have to knit in the leading leg, which means this leg is leading. So I'm going to purl. I'm going to put my stitch through here, clockwise, through and off. And again, look at that stitch. When you look at that stitch, our leg is going up and over to the back. So that's telling me I'm going to purl through the front. Now there are times that we will purl through the back, but today we are just purling through the front. So again, from the right-hand side needle, wrap it clockwise and take it off. Your right-hand needle goes through from right to left, off. Right to left clockwise, off. Right to left clockwise, off. Right to left clockwise, off. And then we're going to go ahead and finish this row with nothing but purl stitches. And once we get to that, I'm going to flip this and show you. What we have. We should have a very pretty smooth piece of fabric on the other side. Okay, we finished. And when I flip it, look at that fabric. It's really smooth compared to the bumps. So if I have to decide whether I'm knitting or purling, see where your working yarn is. It's coming to my right, and that means that I am looking at this fabric, which is very smooth, which means this is a knit row. So go ahead. And then the next thing that you have to think about is, how are my stitches laying? There they are. That yarn goes up to the back, forward and over, and then it will be back. So that means I'm going to knit in the back, and I want to go ahead and put my yarn in the back of my needle, put my needle through that first stitch, and it's in the back. I'm putting my needle through the back yarn. I'm going to do a counterclockwise, grab it, take it off. I'm putting my needle through that back stitch, counterclockwise, grab it, off. Putting my needle through that back stitch, counterclockwise, grab it, off. So you're making an entirely different fabric. Now, we've talked about why this is called a garter stitch. This is actually called a stocking stitch because your stockings are very smooth and you have a very smooth side of your knit. So if someone says, I want you to do a garter stitch, you will know that you will knit on one side and knit on the other side. Knit, 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 knit. Okay, but if they say I want a stocking stitch, you're going to knit on one side and you'll knit on the same side all the time, and then you're going to purl on the other side and you will purl all the time. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to close these videos, and I hope that you've learned something from these. I'm going to put these up tonight. I know they're a little bit ahead of schedule, but these are some skills that you'll really want to be able to work your way through. So there's going to be, what, 3 or 4 videos up tonight on our Friday Fabric Friday videos, but they're going up tonight, which is Wednesday, and that's okay too. For now, we're just learning different stitches. We're learning how to figure out. This is a very easy stitch if you drop one, because this one, you will just take your needle, grab, crochet the whole way up. You don't have to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth like you do if you've done the garter stitch down here. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've learned something. I will have these up for you, and then I'll give you a lot of time to practice before we move on. Okay, thanks for joining me. I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.